Hello, fabulous friends, fans, and superstars. Welcome to your horoscope for the week of May the 7th, 2017. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. It is such a big week. I don't even know where to start. I mean, so much big stuff is happening, and it's just the beginning because next week also, and I'll be here to talk about it then, but really next week we've also got some wonderful celestial events taking place. So this week is really when the good stuff starts happening. But before we get there, we've got to confront some fear. So let's get the fear, the not as elating stuff out of the way first. And then we'll talk about all the incredible things that are happening this week. So let me start with the fact that Mars is going to speak with Neptune this week. And that's happening early in the week. This is the same energy that will transform by the time we get to the end of the week when Mars speaks in supreme harmony with Jupiter. I'm really excited about that. I'm really excited by the fact that Mars is essentially going to bring adrenaline and activation to Jupiter. Wherever Jupiter is moving through your sky right now, and you can watch the Jupiter special for your sign on my YouTube channel. But that area of life is going to get that burst of energy, that burst of motivation, that burst of adrenaline, really, and a sense of purpose, a sense of direction, some determination to boot as well. Now, for us as a collective, having Mars and Jupiter speak in this way, and particularly with Jupiter right now moving through the sign of Libra, which is a very diplomatic placement. Okay, this is a part of the sky that has to do with being willing to hear other perspectives, being willing to take a balanced view as you move through the world and information and conversation, being willing to see others as equals and strive for equality. So I love that Mars is speaking here because early in the week we have Mars and Neptune speaking, which is a conversation of some fear, to be honest, and also giving into those fears. This can also be a mood that can get a little bit, asking for self-care, really, because there can be a little bit of a depressive element to this. Be very mindful not to give into that because there's so much that's so good happening at the same time that with a little bit of attention to the really incredible stuff, we don't have to give into the fear as much as we may be invited to do so. And instead, we strengthen the opportunity to find those balanced and measured ways forward that surely will find us, especially as we get to the end of the week. So lots of good, inspiring events transpiring, I think, for all of us, and especially as a collective, we should see as we get to the end of the week, some diplomatic effort go exceptionally well, and that can absolutely be celebrated by the world even. So also early in the week and really right out of the gate, I mentioned this last week, it is the sun speaking in supreme harmony with Pluto. I am so excited about this, really. Like if you think back about 2 weeks ago, I talked about the new moon, and that new moon spoke in supreme harmony with Pluto. Now this is the sun tracing those steps, and this really is focus and transformation. This is a power move. When the sun and Pluto speak in this way, we are invited to really understand what matters, to give our attention to it. And in some way, we are invited to really hone in on our personal power and to work, to focus towards the change we wish to experience. If there's anything that's particularly important to you, anything that requires a lot of real guts, right? Not just bravery in terms of a performance, but really requires you to dig deep within yourself and summon the energy and summon the courage and summon the belief that meaningful change, that profound transformations are possible. This is the energy you want to use in order to make some very key moves that ultimately can benefit your life in so many different ways. Now, this is also really good for having your head screwed on straight. So what I mean by that is, especially over the course of these Mercury retrogrades and these Venus retrograde seasons that we've been going through, this really is the beginning of feeling real clarity set in, really understanding how to move forward, really realizing the folly of our thinking, our behavior over the course of the last few weeks and even months. So this is really going to be that start of harnessing our personal power, but there's also clarity in the air as well that I'm really excited about. And that is thanks to, I told you there's a lot going on in the sky this week. That is thanks to Mercury. Mercury is going to make its third and final contacts with Uranus and Saturn. Now think back to what was happening late April. Think back to what was happening late March. This has been part of a larger dance that has been taking place since then. And really, Mercury's been pretty much hanging tight those particular conversations until now. This is just the exact moment, the last exact moment of 3 key meetings. And this really is the lights being turned on, seeing things very clearly. The difference now is the planets are, and by planets I mean Mercury and Venus, are moving forward. They're this close to those retrograde cycles being good and over. Thankfully so. They're so close that it's right around the corner. It's that close. It's right around the corner. As close as they are to those cycles coming full circle, coming to conclusion, as close as they are, this is going to be what really helps push things forward. And where it might have before felt like you knew and then you didn't know and then you had an answer and you were going to do it and then you stopped yourself and you weren't sure and you wanted to really be sure, this is where that momentum starts to set in, where you know your truth. And that is everything. To know your truth and to find stability in that is everything. And to know your truth and to be able to act from that place, to know that you truly are, okay, this is the answer. You're ready to act from that place of knowing your answer without doubt, but in a healthy sense, without doubt. This is that energy that will help to propel you into a loving, more stable, more clear, lighter, empowered, freedom-loving future, okay? I absolutely love this energy. Where it is that bonds actually are good, they are going to strengthen. Where it is that there was just a lot of confusion and uncertainty, but ultimately it is meant to help you to appreciate how good things are, then what is will be stronger in love, in life, and in money. Where it is that things really have not been working and not meant to work, this is going to be that clarity, that appreciation, and that momentum propelling you forward, propelling you towards ultimately the type of future that you know you can have. So this is surprise moment, and your decisions, your insights may actually surprise you. It may actually surprise you to realize that, yeah, you are ready to evolve beyond a particular situation. But it may actually surprise you to realize that, what you have is really good and really actually what you do want. And you know that that realization alone can strengthen it and give it very strong roots. So this really is a perspective that can change hearts, that can change minds, and that can change futures right in front of our eyes. Now, for us as a collective, Mercury, of course, is the media. It's what we're talking about. And having Mercury meet Uranus and speak with Saturn, this is incredibly exciting to me because to me, it represents a sense of, again, truth, knowing the answer, knowing what's really going on and letting that fuel a greater sense of stability, knowing what your answer is. And for us collectively, knowing what our answers are. And a lot of it being decided on our own. Now, as a collective as well, we should notice in the media and in the news some good news around a matter having to do with equality or human rights. As I said, we've already got the positive diplomatic stuff playing out, but we've also got some really good conversations happening around creating a more equal and peaceful world for more people around the world. And we should notice some of that being affirmed this week in the media as well. Now, finally, the full moon. There's a full moon happening now. It is a very sexy full moon, let me just say. It's super romantic. It's super sexy. It is a full moon in Scorpio, if that isn't enough Just knowing it's in Scorpio, it's speaking in harmony with Neptune and Pluto as well. So there's the romance, there's the getting carried away, there's the passion, the intensity already happening in an intense sign with a full moon, and full moons in general tend to bring a lot of intensity anyways. So this is very getting swept off your feet and very swept up in a particular moment. This can be really, really a great time to attend a concert, attend an event can be really nice, or just spend time with somebody that you care about or that you have feelings for. Lots of, as I said, there's a lot of lusty energy with this, so it can be really nice to feel that sense of reconnection after having all these questions and hurt feelings and uncertainties and wanting to feel stronger but not necessarily feeling it in love and in established bonds, or in the love that you want or the love you wish you had. After all that, coming to this full moon, it's kind of like the reward. It's kind of like after everything we've been through, this is the reward, a focus instead on how good love can feel. Now, there's also a financial element to this as well, feeling that sense of abundance, understanding how much abundance and prosperity is a spiritual process, is part of what's happening with you on a level of spirit, on a level of emotion, and focusing on that, knowing there's power in appreciating the abundance in your life in every area of life, and how that can benefit us practically, yes, in terms of our ability to have resources in our lives, but also how that can benefit so many different areas of life. That's also going to be something very much on the surface. And I do think that this is very strong, like law of attraction energy, manifestation energy, like emotion to manifestation in a very short span of time. So if there ever was a time that you want to be more conscious about focusing on how your energy is creating your experience in life, how that's working for you, right? And where it is, you know, sometimes I'm very much of the belief that there's times when we absolutely are in the zone and we're able to feel it and think it, and it shows up for us, and that's beautiful. It's a great part of being human. And then there are times when there's resistance and there's pain, and we have to surrender to it and we have to accept. There are times when we're meant to get to a deeper level of self-knowledge by not necessarily thinking about the energy and how we're using our energy, but to just sit with what we are feeling and to just accept it when things are less than ideal. Well, this is not one of those times, right? There might be a little bit of disappointment for a brief moment in the early part of the week, but really this full moon gives us, it just restores the power. And it helps us to align with an energy ultimately that does say you can change anything you want in your life by aligning with it. And you can feel what it is that you desire to experience more of and have that show up for you. This is absolutely a time when, if you feel called to learning from one of the many law of attraction teachers out there, this would be a good time to pick up that book, to contemplate the energy, and to consider how you are using your emotions as power towards having more of what it is that you desire in life and love and so much more. What I love about this week is that sense of magic, really. There's magic in the air now, and it is very welcome. After a period where things have felt tough, we are now on the verge of breakthrough, of change, and of greatness, exactly where it is that you need it most. Well, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, thumbs up. It means so much. Now, if you'd like to know how all this wonderful stuff this week speaks to you in your sign, log on to nadiyashah.com or astrofabulous.com and become one of my superstars. Superstars get expanded and exclusive video scopes each and every week. You can log on to astrofabulous.com and get instant access right now to the week ahead horoscope for your sign. So that's nadiyashah.com, astrofabulous.com. Become one of my superstars, and all kinds of wonderful things can happen, like expanded video scopes for your sign, and like the video scope looking at the week ahead, how all this stuff speaks to you and your sign for the week ahead, is on my website right now, nadiyashah.com. and astrofabulous.com. A big shout out to my patrons at patreon.com/Nadiya Shah. I love you guys. Thank you so much for your love, your support, your encouragement for my next book, The Universe is Wise and Loving. So you can log on as well and become one of my patrons. You can choose one of the packages. Any amount is so appreciated for this project, so near and dear to my heart. So thank you so much to the patrons that are there right now and to the new patrons that joined last week. And I am this week going to be doing a Facebook Live at some point. I've got some really cool announcements right around the full moon. So please be on the lookout for that. Join me on facebook.com/NadiyaShah.com. It's NadiyaShah.com, just like with my YouTube channel. It's spelled out NadiyaShah.com. So you can find me as Nadiya Shah, the professional page, right? My personal page is a different thing. You can follow my personal page if you want. You know, it's lots of like motivational forwards, but really it's the professional page where I'll be doing the Facebook Live, where I'll have the announcements that I'm really, really excited about for this week. So I hope that you will join me there. Special announcements for everybody out there, special announcements for superstars and for my patrons are also going to be on my Facebook Live. So I hope that you will join me there. Thank you to my patrons. I love you. Thank you to my superstars. I love you guys so much. New superstars join each and every day. And I'm so, so very grateful for it, to all the new superstars out there. We're reaching a milestone very soon, and I'll be here to celebrate it. But yes, thank you. Thank you for your trust, and thank you for being a superstar. Now, very quickly before I go, you might have noticed this beautiful green in the background. Well, you know, I haven't been doing the inserting backgrounds like the CGI stuff lately. It's just so much faster to just, you know, record and put it online than to go through all that technical stuff. It's fun to do that technical stuff, but I know it's been a little bit of a minute since I've done that, but that's okay. You see the green? The green is beautiful. That's normally where I insert flowers and stuff. Anyways, this particular green, because in Cancun, my home in Cancun, I have blue. But here at my parents' house, because I'm visiting my parents right now, they live about 2 hours outside of Toronto. It's a pretty small town. Not a lot's going on here. That's okay. But I'm just visiting them for a few days. And that's when you see the green. The green means I am with my parents. And the great thing about being with my parents is that I'm in Canada. And my parents always keep like 100 copies of my book lying around. Astrology Realized, my book. So thank you. They're my great PR people. I love them so much. Really, really great people. So my book, they've got like 100 copies here or something. Oh, they've got some copies here. Always keeping lots of copies around. And the mail system is really, really good in Canada. Like, I gotta say, Mexico is really amazing for a lot of things. And I love Mexico so much. But in Canada, the mail system is better. There, I said it, okay? I said it. Don't blame me. Just, yeah. Please forgive me, anybody, if I've offended you by saying that. But yes, the mail system in Canada is really good. So I thought to myself, why don't I give away a couple books while I'm here? So it is the book Astrology Realized. I will send you a signed copy of my book. Now, I am going to actually open this up through my website. So you have to use the contact form on my website, NadiyaShah.com, and say something like Astrology Realized Contest. Okay, so the book is called Astrology Realized, okay, Contest. This book has been out since 2013, since the spring equinox of 2013. And very recently, I had a really good review written by the Astrology News Service. So thank you so much, Astrology News Service. They wrote such a beautiful review and recommending this book to their readers, and the very prestigious Astrology News Service. So thank you so much to them out there. Thank you. So anyways, I have copies. I have padded envelopes with bubble wrap inside of them already. So I will give away 2 books. To wherever you are in the planet. It'll be mailed like regular mail, so hopefully you are in a place in the world where regular mail finds you, okay? And log on to my website, use the contact form. It should say contact me somewhere. There's like a little envelope icon. So you use that, you write Astrology Realized Contest. I will choose somebody on Wednesday, okay? And right away, we're gonna get in touch with you. It's gonna be my assistant randomly choosing 2 people. And we'll get in touch with you on Wednesday, probably Wednesday evening for EST time, North American time, and you have to respond right away with your mailing address, because I'm going to be dropping these in the mail on Thursday afternoon, because I'm not going to be here forever. I'm not going to be here in Canada forever. So really, please pay attention to your mail. I will put something on Facebook that says, hey, I've sent this out. I've let people know, check your mail and respond with your mailing address right away. And I will put those in the mail on Thursday afternoon. If you don't respond right away, I'm so sorry, but I'll have to, contact somebody else. So I'll send those, I'll make sure to send something out by Wednesday evening. If I don't hear back, then it'll be Wednesday night. I'll contact somebody else, because I really want to be sure before I leave to drop those in the mail for at least 2 people out there. So Astrology Realized is my book. And of course, you will know by Wednesday night if you are one of the winners. And if you are not one of the winners, that's okay, because you can get a copy on Amazon. You can just put my name, or you can see the link in the description down below. Hard copy or ebook copy you can get on Amazon as well. So other than that, you can log on to my website, nadiyashah.com or astrofabulous.com, and get the week ahead video scope for your sign right now online to my superstars. And thank you. Thank you for being a fabulous friend and fan. Thank you for being a superstar. Thank you for being a patron. Thank you for just allowing me to live my mission in the world, which is to affirm that the universe is wise and loving. And you being here right now allows me to do that. And for that, I am truly so very grateful. So good luck to those of you who enter the contest, and I'll see you guys online on Facebook this week. Again, I'll be posting stuff about that in that space, and all the links are in the description. And thank you. Thank you so much. And I'll see you guys in the superstar space as well, online on my website, nadiyashah.com. It'll be a great week. Enjoy.